Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. This is our daily show. We have an awesome slate today for the NBA. We have 11 games. We're talking about March 25th, Monday, and we've got 4 more plays for you. We're not trying to oversaturate and get back into the position we were before. We were dropping like 14 plays a day, but we're just going with the flow. And last night we felt like there were 4 plays we liked, so you can check that video out. And today we've got 4 more plays because there was just more on the board that we were excited about than us just giving you 2 more plays. So take the ones you like, fade the ones you don't. But we're going to be rolling all 4 of these from the Daily Show. We'll be running some plays. Actually, some of them changed, like the Beal assists from last night's video went down to 6. We took it at 6.5. I didn't understand why it was so low or why it was favored to go under, but now they have it at 6 and it's like heavily juiced to go over. But I liked it at 6.5. He, not to get so sidetracked here, but Beal in that last game they played against the Spurs, he only played 28 minutes and he went for 12 assists. So even if there's like a case of a blowout, you think Beal's going to play less than 20 minutes? You think he's going to play like 15 minutes? I think he's going to get at least 20 minutes. And I think he'll probably go for like 8 or 9 assists if I had to guess, but even if Wemby is out. But anyways, guys, sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second, but let's talk about the plays that we're covering today. Before we do, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. So you deposit your full 100. You can deposit whatever you want. So if you put in 25, you're going to get 50 total. But I would say take advantage of it. You know, even if you have to wait a little bit, get the full 100 together so you get 200 to play with. Might as well capitalize on that. But throw that code in there and they'll match it. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and like the video if you don't mind, if you want to support the channel. And yeah, let's do this. So for my plays today, I'm going to be taking Daniel Gafford over 21.5 PRA and Miles Deuce McBride over 17.5 points and assists. What are you getting into, Jordy?
That is his real middle name, or you just call him that?
No, that's his nickname. They call him
like,
Deuce McBride. Deuce.
Sweet. Yeah. I did just see that Wembanyama is out too, so that's going to be
I think that's what the whole Beal thing was.
Probably,
they were like, because they blew them out last time, and then without Wembanyama, but you never know. Sometimes teams rally when, you know, so, but I don't think it could be worse than last time.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm getting into Paul George for over 23.5 points here against the Pacers. And then I'm taking Kelly Oubre Jr. for over his first half fantasy score. Kind of run it back with him, but his fantasy score this time.
All things Kelly Oubre right now.
Dude, he's on fire.
He is, man. Cool. So, all right. So we have nothing to recap because it's the Daily Show. So before we get started with this, just want to tell you guys about Daily Grind. They are our official partner. They've been amazing to us and they make really great products. If you guys want to check their stuff out, they're giving all of our viewers 25% off if you use code BACKDOOR. It's just one word. And you can go to dgfantasy.com or you can go through the link in the description of the video to take advantage of the discount. And you can apply that to all of their tools if you want and just have like a massive like Black Friday style discount. But if nothing else, definitely try the DFS optimizer at least for a month because it's just so helpful. It puts all these plays on your radar and it gives you all the information. It does all the work for you. And like I've said before, I don't take every single play that they show, but instead of me like just browsing around Prize Picks forever and then, you know, pairing that with other tools, I can get an idea of all the plays I want to check out right away. So check it out, guys. It's a really great tool. All right. So Daniel Gafford, let's get this thing rolling. So for the over under, we have a 237.5 over under. Mavericks favored by 8.5. So massive game total that we're looking at here. And we do have a lot of questionable tags, which I think could change this spread a little bit. It's only at 8.5 right now, so no concerns, but I know Markkanen is questionable. We'll break it all down here. Let's get over an outlier. Let's look at the injury report first. So we've got Jordan Clarkson game time decision. Chris Dunn is out. I believe him and Jabari are from the Rockets are both out because they got into a fight in their last game. So I'm guessing, yeah, so suspension. That was pretty wild. But we have Lauri Markkanen game time decision. So if he's out, this thing could get uglier. So we might want to later on, maybe in Discord, might take a look at some Keontae George for this play or for this game. But excuse me. All right. Let's get back on track here. If we look at the matchup, pretty solid matchup for him. We've got the Jazz are 25th in points allowed, 5th in rebounds allowed, 15th in assists allowed. And he's actually been getting some more assists lately. At least in his last game, he went for 5. I really wish his fantasy score is available. You guys know how much I love fantasy score because I love being able to take advantage of the defense and the offense as far as scoring goes. And Trayce Jackson-Davis yesterday, perfect example of that. Dude went for 15 points on blocks and steals alone. So I just love having that extra advantage there. But we don't have that for Gafford. Gafford's very capable on the defensive end too. But I still like this line at just 21.5. In his last game against Utah, he went for 36 PRA, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and he's playing against them again. So they have him listed as a power forward, but we know he plays center most of the time. So I'm matching him up against the center here. If he does happen to play the 4 spot, it's similar. The Jazz are not very generous when it comes to giving their opponents rebound opportunities. But Gafford can get his done regardless, but definitely at the power forward position, 30th in points allowed, 30th in assists allowed. So super juicy there, but I think he'll be playing the center mostly. If you look at his minutes, averaging 25.6 minutes a game over the last 5, 3.6 fouls. So he does need to clean that up a little bit. 78% from the field on 8.2 attempts. We know most of those are in the paint, dunks, lobs, different things like that. Virtually no 3-point attempts, which is fine. 17.8 rebound chances per game over the last 5. So he gets a lot of opportunities for rebounds. And just 2.8 potential assists. We know that's not a huge part of his game, but he did go for 5 last time he played them. So feeling really good about this play. If we check this out on the DFS optimizer, they have this juice to go over at 53.4% odds to hit the over, and their odds are set at minus 135. We've talked about it before, but the daily grind odds are my favorite odds to go off of. They seem to be the most accurate. Every other platform has this at 22.5. So jump on this quick because Prize Picks is not going to be keeping it at 21.5 for too long if everyone else has already bumped it up to 22.5. I still like it at 22.5, but 21.5, you want to take advantage of that. So I'm taking that for more. Let's move on. Let's see. Let's go over here to Deuce McBride. Really love this play. Where are we at? Okay. So they're playing the Pistons. This could get ugly, and that's why I like this play. 210.5 over under. So low scoring game because the Knicks don't let teams score that much. They're really good on defense, and they're really good at keeping teams under 100 points. We have a 16.5 point spread favoring the Knicks, obviously. It's going to get ugly, guys. And I think that Deuce is going to get a ton of minutes because of this. I think they'll have him closing out the game. This injury report is just a mess. We have Cade Cunningham, game time decision, Jalen Duren, game time decision, Fontecchio, game time decision, Taj Gibson, Quentin Grimes. Those guys have been out for a little bit anyways, but they might play today. On the Knicks side of things, we have Alec Burks, game time decision. Let's take an update here. Day-to-day issue. Yeah, I think regardless, this does affect Deuce a little bit because he bounces between point guard and shooting guard. When he's on the floor with Jalen Brunson, which we see a lot, he jumps over to shooting guard. But regardless, the dude's just been getting too many minutes for me to pass this up. If we take a look at the matchup here, points and assists, Detroit is 25th in points allowed, 16th in assists allowed. If a bunch of their starters are out, this dude's going to be able to eat. And if we look at, he's only gone over this twice out of his last 5 games, but one of those matchups, the matchup against Denver was just really tough. And but look at these minutes, last 3 games because of some of the guys missing. And he has had a chance to prove himself, and he's shown out in a couple games. But these last 3 games, 46.5 minutes, 44.1 minutes, 48 minutes. Like, he's been playing a ton. So I love his opportunities here. And I think if this turns into a blowout, they're just going to let him get a bunch of reps in, and he's probably going to be doing a lot of the scoring. At least that's what I'm hoping for. averaging 34.5 minutes over the last 5, but really it's those last 3 that we love. Only 2.8 fouls, shooting 56% from the field on 9 attempts per game, 46% from 3. He's only taking 5.6 attempts from 3 per game right now over these last 5 games, and he's making 2.6 per game. So he's doing well. 3.8 potential assists per game. So not a lot there, but he's not assisting the ball very often. But if you look out here a little bit, he's got some games where he can pop off, like here against Atlanta, he went for 9 assists. Back here against Cleveland, he went for 5 assists. So I think under the right circumstances, if he gets in rhythm, he can start passing the ball a lot. But 18.5 here is what they have it set at. What are we getting it at? Is it at 18.5? I think we got it at 17.5. Yeah, it's at 17.5 on Prize Picks. So he can get this done points alone. I'll wrap this up because I feel like I'm just kind of taking a little too long. So on Daily Grind, they have this heavily juiced 54.31% odds to hit the over. They have their odds at a -142, and everyone that has it at 17.5, well, it's only FanDuel, and they have it at a -148. Everyone else has it at 18.5, and some of them are favoring it to go over that, like Caesars. So even at 18.5, I would take this. So if it gets bumped by the time you see this, I would still take it, but go with your gut. But yeah, those are the 2 I'm feeling good about. And if you guys want to check out this app, Outlier, we love this app. It's such a good statistical analysis tool. It covers everything from injury reports to matchups. You can, you can adjust your settings. If you know certain guys are going to be out, like if Alec Burks is for sure out, I can take him out of my setup here and look at what Miles McBride has been doing with Alec Burks not on the floor. It's pretty incredible. And what Outlier is doing is they're just going to give you a 7-day free trial. So there's a link in the description of the video. If you guys want to try this out for 7 days, you got nothing to lose. Just go through that link and then they'll give you 7 days to check it out for yourself. All right, Jordy, I'll let you get into yours now, bro.
All right. Yeah, so before I get into my plays here, I just want to quickly tell you guys about Chalkboard. Chalkboard is another prop betting platform just like Prize Picks, but you can set your own line. So I'll take Paul George's points tonight at 23. That'll be the baseline they'll give me, and I'm going to bump that up to like 25.5 tonight, I think, because I think he's going to go off against his old team here. But they give you a higher multiplier on that, so it kind of turns into like a demon play. If you guys are familiar with the way Prize Picks demons and goblins work, the demons just give you a higher multiplier, so you can go over there and do that with their picks. But their multipliers are a lot more crazy over there. Like you can get up to like a 45x or a 50x on like 4 plays, so it's a lot of fun. Definitely go check them out. The link's in the description. If you use code BACKDOOR at checkout, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely go give them a look. So let's get into these plays now. I feel really good about Paul George tonight. Every time he plays against his old team here, he goes crazy. I think they're going to give him a little bit more respect this time, but I think he can still clear this 23.5 line. The way he's been shooting lately, he's been ballistic, and he's starting to get back into that rhythm here. Philly did a very good job against him and Kawhi in that last matchup. I didn't realize, but like they said that Kawhi Leonard only averages like 16.5 points against Philly, because while Nick Nurse has been there, because he like gives him so much respect and attention that they double team both these guys as soon as they touch the ball. But yeah, look at the head to head. He went for 45 points in he's only played them twice since he left. He went for 45 points in one game and 27 in the other, so he's cleared both these lines. They blew them out in Indiana because Paul George got off to such a crazy start, or else he would have gone for a lot more. They pulled him early. I remember watching that game and I regretted not taking him, so I don't want to feel the same way tonight. So I'm just giving him a whirl here. This is juiced to go over on Daily Grind at a 52.19% chance to go over and a -122. So it's like kind of a 50-50, but I feel great about it. So I'm going to be rolling this one, and then let's keep it moving. So also, hang on. The matchup is great, by the way. To small forwards, they're ranked 28th, giving up 23.6 points. Injury report here. Oh, we might have Russell Westbrook back tonight. That'd be sick. But yeah, still no Benedict Mathurin. But other than that, that's kind of it. PJ Tucker, game time decision. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so feeling good about that one. And then my next play here, I've got Kelly Oubre Jr. for over his first half fantasy score. The reason I'm not doing the PRA again, it's set at the same line. You can do it if you want, but he did get he got like a block and a steal in that last game where we took his PRA. So I was like, maybe the fantasy score is a good option. Hopefully it doesn't burn us tonight with like turnovers or something. But I feel good about it at 15.5. He went for 20 in that last game against the Clippers, and they're very tough. So in this matchup, if you want to look at the matchup here, you got to go to PRA, and let's go to small forward. It's a little bit of a tough matchup. 13th in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds, 7th in assists. So that's why I like the fantasy score a little bit more tonight, because I don't know if he could get that PRA done in the first half, but with how good a defense he plays, I think he can clear the first half fantasy score. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll just clear both and we'll be fine. But he's done this 8 out of his last 10 games. He's really been on this crazy stretch for the last 10 games. He's really starting to lock in and look like old Oubre again. That's why we've been, talking a lot about him. But I mean, his last 5, he's gone over this 5 out of 5. And he's just been, this is his, that was his point. Sorry. He's gone over this 3 out of his last 5, 6 out of his last 10, and 12 out of his last 20. So you can see he's kind of done this more than his other stats because of his defensive efforts. I'm all over the place. Okay, 11 out of 20. That was his regular fantasy score. But he clears this line super fast. Like, you can see he's done this 8 out of his last 10 games. And like, if you look at his real fantasy score here, a lot of those games he cleared this in the first half and didn't get it in the second half. So he's a great first half player. I'm going to be rolling the dice on him for sure. Injuries, still Kyle Lowry's game time decision. That one does matter a little bit because he does get more playing time when Lowry is not in. He'll probably play tonight because it was just a rest game, but honestly I think he'll be fine. He's been playing so well lately that I'm not really worried about Lowry. D'Anthony Melton's a game time decision too, so keep an eye on him. And yeah, that's the 2 I've got.
All right, guys, that is the 4 we have for you. If you we'll attach the video from last night at the end if you guys want to check out the plays. We've got some plays that are still active on there. If you guys want to check that out. Also, come check out our Discord. There's a link in the description of the video. It's about 50 cents a day. We've been finding ways to cash even when our video picks aren't hitting, because we're always connected here in the Discord. So, we can't always make videos every time a new play hits the board, but we can share our picks that we like in the Discord. We have 2 extra analysts in here, and the most powerful resource that we have is our community, because we all work together. Jordy ended up hitting another League of Legends last night. We got a couple pushes, but it was a winning slip, so we all made some money off of that. It's always nice. You can just kind of go to bed and just tail Jordy's League of Legends picks, and you got a good chance of waking up with a little extra cash the next day. But if you guys decide to check this out, make sure you just go through the link in the description of the video, go up to server subscriptions and click subscribe. Once you subscribe, it'll unlock all the channels for you, and hop into our community chat. Let us know you're new, and we'll show you around and kind of point you in the right direction, let you know how we do everything, because we've got a little system to the way we do things here. And my favorite thing about this is just the way we all work together. You can see we all attach our copy and paste links and show each other what we're getting into. So we've got like a bunch of plays that are already active in here for today. And that's just kind of how we roll. We work together as a community. So we have a lot of fun with it. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. We hope you have a great day. Enjoy this 11-game slate. We have a lot to be excited about. And yeah, guys, have a good one. We'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.